Now, since 1995, a street stall in Vietnam has been serving up noodle soups and other fabulously tasty dishes. But it was in 2009 when the late Anthony Bourdain thrust the Lunch Lady into the international spotlight. And she is here in Vancouver to mark the second anniversary of her first North American restaurant, Lunch Lady Vancouver in East Vancouver. So Nguyen Thi Thanh is the original Lunch Lady. Mrs. Nguyen, hello and welcome to Vancouver.
Yeah. Hi.
So nice to see her. And we are so lucky that Han Nguyen is the manager of the Lunch Lady Vancouver and also going to be here as our translator today. Han, hello and welcome to you.
Thank you, it's my honor. Thank you for having me here.
Now, I'd like to hear from Mrs. Nguyen. You know, you started with this small street stall. How does it feel to have such international attention, international appreciation for your beautiful food?
Khi mở một cái nhà hàng nhỏ là
As opening as a very small food stall on the regular street of Saigon, she's very grateful, especially to her dear late friend Anthony Bourdain. Thanks to him and all he did for her, her name and her food was recognized and was brought into different cuisine and cultures. And she's very, very grateful and feel lucky when a lot of foreigners recognize her and want to take photos of her on the street.
You're famous now, the Lunch Lady. It's true.
Thank you.
And it all started with the soups. And I know that the famous quote from Anthony Bourdain was about every mouthful of your soup was like visiting a different neighborhood. So let's talk about what goes into the soup. Well, what's your approach to a beautiful noodle soup?
Người ta thường nói là nấu ăn.
She believed that a good soup will be cooked with the soul. So she put all her heart, her love, her care for her diners, and she's loved to feed people well. And she wants to bring a very flavorful broth, which is passed through generations in her family, and present it into the locals now, the foreigners as well.
How long does it take just to prepare the broth?
Một cái nồi súp á,
It's roughly 4 to 5 hours just for the broth.
Just to
For
get
the-
that tasty
yeah.
broth. Okay, why don't you get Mrs. Nguyen to just walk us through what we're having here today and what she's prepared.
đây là món bún riêu của Việt Nam.
So here is bún riêu. Is like one of the most favorite soup in Vietnam. So we're having here is a crab meat soup. So we're having some puffed tofu, tiger prawns, some sliced meat, some tomatoes, and for the crab meat, it's actually a mixture between eggs, ground pork, and the real crab meat. So it's create a very distinguished flavor for the dish. Also on the side, it's served with some nice shrimp paste. That is the key of flavorful broth for the
The
crab.
shrimp paste after the fact, after
Yeah,
you've
so
got
you
the soup,
put it-
then a little bit of
yeah,
shrimp paste
it's
just for
gonna
a little
be
zing.
kick up. Yeah, it's gonna
A
kick
little
up.
zing.
Exactly.
Okay, well, how do I eat it?
Mình muốn trước khi mình muốn ăn thì mình sẽ bỏ một ít rau vào, một ít gia vị đó vô. Nếu mà mình ăn cay thì sẽ bỏ một chút xíu ớt, rồi mình trộn lên.
So she recommend you to put these herbs.
Oh.
Is a basil and some banana blossoms and bean sprouts, just more texture.
This goes into the soup.
Yes.
I just sprinkle it on top
Yeah.
now, like that?
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay,
And then
and-
if you want spicy, there's fresh chili on top for you.
Okay, I don't want to put all the basil in, but do I break the leaves? Or
Yeah.
am I doing it right? Is this...
You
Oh,
got it.
Smells so fragrant. It smells so beautiful. And you suggested a little bit of the paste as well.
Trộn với ớt chừng
Okay. And does it, you stir this into the broth?
Yeah, go straight to the broth. You got it.
Okay.
Right. Beautiful. And just mix them really well.
This is
And
I don't know where to
taste that broth.
start. It's okay, I'm going to try one of these little. This is what you were talking about with the crab and the pork and the egg.
That is a house-made fish cake we make in the house.
This is the fish cake.
Yeah.
Kêu ăn thử riêu cua mình làm.
I don't know how to describe this. It is so gorgeous.
I recommend you to try the crab meat. She wants you to try the crab meat. It is the...
Point that one out for me.
Yeah.
Does this one?
There's a spoon right here for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then take
Thank you for bringing a spoon. But that's typical too. That's what you would
Yes.
have in the restaurant too. So the crab meat
Eat
is
this right here in the corner.
Yeah,
it's right
just
here.
Take that.
That
It'll be
one,
a bit
like
of
that?
soup. That'll be perfect.
That is gorgeous. And I'm again hearkening back on Anthony Bourdain and about every little mouthful takes you on a little bit of a different adventure. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, can you tell me what else you've brought in today? What is this?
Ở đây là cô diễn tả đây món gì?
Đây là món bánh tôm chiên.
So that is her very original recipe of the prawn fritter. So the batter is just very simple, just seasoned nicely with a little bit salt. So you want to keep the taste very, very simplified. And the way that she make this one is just put the batter in a very wide and flat layer and then put the prawn in the top. You're gonna fry with the oil.
Lovely. How, do you eat this with your hands? With
So this one I recommend is like a crackers. So you break them.
Okay.
You wrap in a lettuce with all the herb, and then you dip in the sauce. In the dipping sauce.
Wait a second. You said take this,
You break it
up. Okay.
yeah, and there is a big leaf of lettuce at the bottom. Just
Oh,
wrap,
yes.
yeah,
Mm,
just
grab
wrap
that.
it in there.
Wrap it in the
like
lettuce.
a rose, yeah. With all the herb, we have some basil as well.
Put the same herbs. Go back to the herbs.
It's on this one as well.
Oh,
a
I
lot
see.
in the back. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Everything comes on the plate.
Yeah.
You've come prepared, and there's some there as well. Do you put any? And then the sauce goes on there as well.
You dip in the sauce. I recommend.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like you like create your own.
Look at this. Look at how gorgeous this is. You're making your own little lettuce sandwich with the prawn fritter.
Yeah, it's an interesting
and the
part of
basil
it.
leaves as well. And what kinds of sauces are these?
It's a fish sauce. We kind of have some garlic and fresh chili in there.
And it still has that crunch. I'm definitely getting the prawn flavor. It's not overpowering, but the sauce is just, again, bringing it alive, right?
Exactly.
What a beautiful combination. It's seriously beautiful. Now, can we talk about the Vietnamese coffee?
Cà phê Việt Nam.
In Vietnamese, we call it café sữa đá. The distinguished features of the Vietnamese coffee is that it was brewed through a small fin, a filter, and then it's get all the condensed and the concentrate coffee and make it so strong with just a little bit of condensed milk and mix it all up, and it's gonna wake you up right away on the first sip.
I love this combination so much. But before I have the coffee, Mrs. Nguyen, how did the owners of the Lunch Lady here in Vancouver, how did they convince you to share your recipes and share your vision with Vancouver?
Người chủ này là Michael.
The first time that he met Lunch Lady owner, Michael came and dining in her restaurant, and he was impressed about how flavorful her food was. And she wasn't able financially and everything to bring the food abroad. But Michael, who is very young and passionate about the Vietnamese food, give her a hand and he said yes. He feel like it's a good vibe between them, and that's why she said yeah. Also, one of her promise with Anthony was to bring the Vietnamese food abroad, and she think that Michael would be a very great partner to help her to make the promise become true.
Well, she was right. It's worked out so beautifully in Vancouver, and congratulations on 2 very successful years here. Can we have a little toast with our coffee to close things off, everybody?
Cô đóng cụm cho nó. Hai ba.
Very nice to meet you, and congratulations.
Nice to meet you.